Welcome back to Triple Alpha Sports Talk. I'm Josh. That's Brice. No Roy today. He was a little bit too busy. Pod 49. One more till 50. Getting up there. First thing we're going to do, we're going to jump right into NFL. Let's go over the scores from last week. Thursday Night Football went into OT. Tampa goes into Atlanta, loses 36-30. Then in London, the New York Jets face the red-hot Minnesota Vikings, lose 23-17. Vikings win. Chicago takes care of Carolina 36-10. Baltimore wins an OT close one, 41-38 over the Bengals. Miami in a battle of a backup quarterback, and maybe New England switches a quarterback next week. We don't know. Miami
Actually,
wins.
we do know. It was announced that Drake May is going to be starting.
Oh, there you go. Miami wins 15-10. Washington takes care of Cleveland 34-13. Saxonville gets their first win, 37-34 over Indy. They actually might have won last week. I don't remember. Houston wins a close one over Buffalo 23-20. Denver easily takes care of Vegas 34-18. Quarterback change coming in Vegas this week as well. Arizona stuns San Fran 24-23. Yes, in San Fran. I wanted to make sure that was right.
Yeah.
Green Bay takes care of the Rams in a close one, 24-19. Giants stun Seattle in Seattle, 29-20. And on Monday Night Football, Kansas City takes care of New Orleans, 26-13 in a slow-scoring affair.
You missed one. The Cowboys won 20-17.
Oh, yeah.
In Pittsburgh.
That's right. They're at the very tip top for me. I skipped over them. So with that, let's go over our picks from last week. I can't even see it from here. All right. So this week, Brice, I don't know if you've looked at it. Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Not the greatest week from you. You went 4-10.
Well, let's just go over. The Cardinals beat the 49ers. The Packers beat the Rams after some of the worst play I've ever seen out of Jordan Love. The Cowboys got an insane win at the end of the game. The Giants stunned the Seahawks. The Broncos stunned the Raiders. What other one is there? The Dolphins somehow learned how to play football in a week. And the Falcons won. I'll get into that because that was in a game of the week.
Yeah. So, again, you guys hear me say Brice had the worst week. He goes 4-10. Roy, 8-6. Finally over 500 for the first time, but he really likes to sit around that 500. I actually had a really good week. I went 10-4, so I gained a lot of things on Brice. I hate that I can't see this. So for the season total of all our games through week 5 so far, I am in first at 43-35, 8 games over. Brice and Roy are both tied 2 games under 500 at 38-40. So it's been upset central in here, and the boys are struggling because they just don't know ball.
Crazy season.
So let's get into some of the games of the week that we had this week, Brice. I'll let you kick it off with Roy's game.
All right, Roy's game of the week was the Bills-Texans. I know why he picked this game because it was an absolute dogfight until the very last second of the game. These are 2 great teams. You can't really knock either one of them, but I did think both of them kind of played down a little bit. Nico Collins had a great game, I thought. I didn't see much of Stephon Diggs. And then, Josh Allen is still playing great, but he did not play as an MVP for the first week, I think. And it kind of shows that he doesn't have the stardom around him that it would be awesome for him to have. But if he's not playing at a crazy high level, they're not going to win the game. So you can tell that the Bills offense really revolves around Josh Allen. And, I mean, it comes down to literally a punt return. They had a punt return, ran it back 20 yards maybe to put them on the edge of field goal range. One play, they're on field goal range and won the game.
Yeah.
Last-second field goal. So, close spot, hard game.
To me, when I watch I look at portions of this game, the Bills ran the ball really well with James Cook early and in the middle portions of the game, like started the second half. I mean, it felt like they got away from it. Felt like they got pass happy a lot in there. And, it was real close, hung around, kind of a 50-50 game. But at the end of the day, when the play needed to be made at the end of the game and step up, Josh Allen doesn't have the weapon. He doesn't have the go-to guy. And don't get me wrong, at times that can be good. But when you need a play and they can lock down your guys' number 1 and 2s, even though they're really not 1s and 2s, nobody's open at the end of the day. And then I just think, with Houston, all the weapons they have, they just, they made one more play. And at the end of the day, I think that comes back to bite the Bills a little bit. The Bills defense, I will give them hats off. I thought they played well defensively to keep it close, but
yeah, they definitely did.
I thought they got away from the run game a little too early, in my opinion.
I agree. James Cook has been been like a top 5 running back in the league this year. That might be crazy to say, but
he's only like his 4th year in the league too.
Yeah,
he's not really been in that long. So.
And he's the younger brother of a really good running back at one point. So
yeah,
he's got the potential.
Brice's game of the week. I'll let you go over that one as well.
My game of the week was also arguably the game of the week. Was the Ravens-Bengals game where the Ravens win an overtime stunner 41-38, where, I mean, this game was just an absolute dogfight. Joe Burrow was making his case for MVP throughout the whole game until his 4th quarter interception, which, I mean, it hurt them, gave up their chance to win, but it still ended up tying. Go into overtime. I'm trying to remember. The Ravens started with the ball.
Correct.
Lose the ball on a fumble or an interception, one of the two. I believe it was a fumble.
I think it was a fumble as well.
Bengals get the ball back, turn the ball back over to the Ravens, and the Ravens get a chance to go down and hit a field goal. So, I mean, stunner of an OT.
The Bengals actually got 59 yards and missed the field goal. Ravens take it back on a Derrick Henry
wide,
run,
right,
down to like the 4, and they kick it next play.
I don't know if you remember the last time 3 years ago that Justin Tucker set the record for the longest field goal ever was a game just like this. McPherson also missed the game-winning field goal against the Ravens in overtime. They missed like 4 in a row, so it was giving me flashbacks.
Yeah,
I knew he was missing as soon as he walked up. That guy has been cursed ever since that game where he did his little turnaround, no look, and then missed it. Yeah. He misses every big kick, every single one. So these are the OT games I like to watch. The next game that we're going to talk about, I fucking hate to watch because the overtime rules need changed.
Yeah, when I looked at the Ravens-Bengals game, it was just a shootout. Both sides.
Yeah.
Jamar couldn't get stopped, and so couldn't Burrow, and you couldn't stop Lamar and Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers, all of them. It came down to the end. The thing that I did not like from the Bengals side is once they got the turnover in overtime and they started marching, they played for the field goal, and that's fine at times. But they were 59 yards away. They were at midfield, and they were like, all right, let's play it safe. Why?
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I'm not saying you need to take shots to the end zone and be aggressive, but you cannot just run, check down or throw away, and then hope you hit a 59-yarder. I just don't like that attitude.
I understand. Kickers are way better than they ever have been. It gets cold at night. Like, there's so many different things that can go into it. We saw a hold get dropped this week where the ball went way left. I don't even remember what game it was. Might have been the Panthers game, actually. Ball just went way left. I mean, it does miss, and it's, what is it, like a fucking 20% chance to make a 60-yarder. It doesn't happen a lot. So
unless you're Brandon Aubrey.
That is true. That motherfucker doesn't miss.
I know. But I just had, the Bengals felt like they really needed this season-wise. Really hurts to lose that one for them. But
yeah, I mean, what are they, 1-4 now?
4, yeah.
What do you do as an organization? Because you have a quarterback who I think is playing – he's in the MVP conversation, and you have studs everywhere at running backs. I think Chase Brown's the number 1 running back on a lot of teams in the league right now. I know you're going to like that because he's an Illinois boy. Their number 1 running back's hurt, isn't he?
They said it was a sprained ankle, but they expect him to play.
All right, and then you have 2 of the top receivers in the league. I mean, the offense is a stud.
Higgins for 1 more year. That's just this year.
Well, at the trade deadline, Hubbard's going to be a Bear. So that's what I'm waiting for.
Is DeAndre Swift going to be a Panther?
No, DeAndre Swift's stud right now. I'm Team Swifty all the way.
Yeah, you would like the Swifts. I knew that.
We have Taylor Swift on our team too, but ours is 2 different players, and they're both big black guys. On.
My game of the week. This was a fun one to watch. Bucks Falcons. I actually haven't looked at the replay of this, so it's been a while since last Thursday since I've seen this.
Yeah, me too.
But man, the Bucks moved the ball pretty well all night, and at every point it felt like they're 1 score away from pulling away. Here comes Kirk O'Chain's Darnell Mooney. I don't know Darnell Mooney was always a good player on the Bears, but he had drop issues, and he still does. You saw it. Might even have been, was it this game or was
Big,
it last game?
yeah, it was big drop there in the fourth quarter.
This game, right?
Yeah, wide
Okay.
open.
Making
throw
sure
him
it's
right in
been
the
so
hands.
long. But, man, does he get open. I mean,
Yeah,
just
he's a great route runner.
great route runner, use that speed, and he knows how to sit in zones. That's a good thing for a receiver to have because not every receiver has it. But, yeah, you're going to get in the playoff thing. But the Falcons and the Bucks, Falcons started 1-2 this year, and people thought, oh, the Bucks are going to run away with this division. Even maybe the Saints as well. And now the Falcons sit atop there holding the tiebreakers. So the Falcons are a team that to me has not played their best yet, even Thursday.
No, they haven't.
And the fact that they're still winning close games like this, I really like their chances because they have Kyle Pitts, still a good player, even though he doesn't get the ball a whole lot and he makes a lot of mistakes. Darnell Mooney is a good number 2 right now. Drake London is a good number 1. They don't even get him the ball enough.
He had like 2 touchdowns that game.
This game they did feed him, but for the rest of the season. And then you have Bijan Robinson, who is probably the most freakish running back in the NFL right now, who basically doesn't play half the game. So, yeah.
They give Tyler Algier the ball more than they do him.
It's crazy.
It's just crazy. The only thing I really want to talk about this game, Josh went over a lot of it. I still think the Bucs are a better team. I love Baker Mayfield. I think that he's playing phenomenal football this year. I wish they would run the ball more. They have 2 solid running backs, and they want to throw the ball every single play, which is okay. It's working. But every once in a while, you need to run the ball just a little bit more to keep the defenses honest. It's the only thing I would like to see out of the Bucs. What I'd like to see out of the NFL is the fucking overtime rules to change. It is absolute bullshit that we can have dog fights like this that come down to the last second, and only one team gets to touch the ball. I understand if you score a touchdown, you win. Let the other team have one drive. That's all I want. And then go to like something like college where they have to do
2-point
the
conversions.
2 yards. Yeah. What I would actually like is that they start doing field goal kickoffs and it keeps going back 10 yards after they both get the ball once. Yeah. I think that would be sick. It had more value to the kicker position for a team. They couldn't just have any old kicker off the street. It would actually start to come into play a lot more. I think that's a great idea, but I just can't stand seeing one team win off a coin flip. Both these teams are hot. Either one gets the ball, they're going to go score a touchdown.
Yeah, and the thing that, and I agree, I can completely, I've always thought that. Most people think like that. The thing that I don't understand is why they changed the playoff rule to do that, but they don't implement in the regular season. That makes no sense. Yeah. You can't have, baseball does the same thing. They have the ghost runner on second in the extra innings. They don't do that in the playoffs. They play it regular. And I get it in baseball. You don't want to play a 30-inning game. Like, I get the reasoning. Choose one.
Yeah.
I agree. They definitely should be giving the other person a chance. Because the Bucs would have went down there and had a shot to score easily.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's take it to Brice's game for the Bears.
Oh, yeah, the Bears. Bears-Panthers. Let me find the official score. Bears at home are undefeated this season. They win 36-10 against the Red Rocket-led Panthers. That piece of shit.
Yeah, we're in agreement with that.
Javon Dexter just had a field day with that boy, slamming his head off the field. There's not much I can say about this game. I mean, we went in there and absolutely fucking took home the win at home. So, I mean, Caleb Williams looks great. DJ Moore, I'm sick of the rumors that he doesn't want to be in Chicago. The motherfucker had 2 touchdowns and like 150 yards. The guy loves it in Chicago. He's always just been a player who needs to go by himself for a little bit so he doesn't start shit, and then he goes back to the team. It's just how he is. DeAndre Swift's playing great. Keenan Allen's there on first downs, third downs when you need him. Roman Dunze's coming around. I mean, it looks good for Bears fans. I've never felt like this in my entire life. I've literally never watched an offense play like this, so it feels really good. I don't even know how to act right now.
Yeah, I'll take a more unbiased approach. I think the offense looks better because they're running the ball. It opens up everything. The Cowboys this week, we'll talk about next, they ran the ball. It looks different when you run the ball versus when you cannot run at all. To me, the pass game just seems just a little off still. I think maybe bringing Keenan Allen in helps that. You don't have a rookie and then DJ Moore only. But Keenan Allen hasn't played much with Caleb Williams yet. He's had that heel injury. Not a lot of routes. Still need to work on timing and things like that. Back shoulders. Only should get better. also played the Panthers, who are really fucking bad. Let's be real. But
It's
you did your
still a
job.
rookie quarterback playing in the NFL and didn't throw an interception, threw two touchdowns, and threw over 300 yards. There's three quarterbacks in the league that have 300-yard games with 2 touchdowns right now.
We'll
And
see
Caleb
next
Williams
week.
is one
See
of
how
them.
they keep going, because it should keep building every week.
I agree. He's the only player, or he's the only quarterback in this draft so far who has consistently went up every single game, QB percentage wise.
So got to keep it going. Cowboys Steelers, kind of a weird start, getting delayed an hour and 45 minutes Sunday night.
Yeah,
that sucker rolled into Monday morning.
Yeah, it did.
What a barn burner. I don't know what it is about the Cowboys playing in Pittsburgh. Classics last 2 times. I'm going to go pretty quick on this one because I don't have a whole lot to say. Cowboys finally ran the ball. Cowboys absolutely outplayed the Steelers in almost every fashion other than turnovers. I mean, they turn the ball over. And that's usually a Cowboy thing that is very good. They don't turn the ball over very much, really. Dak made one of the worst throws I've ever seen him make in his career right before halftime.
Is that when CD came over to the sideline and told him that's
it was zone coverage. He was double teamed by the safety and the corner. Just threw it right there. And CeeDee Lamb wasn't even ready for the ball because he was double teamed knowing he's not getting the ball. Weird throw. Never seen it before.
The strip sack expect Dak to throw about one of those a game.
Yeah, okay. Last year he threw like 5 picks all year. Strip sack fumble right before you kick field goals. Just ugly, ugly game. I didn't think the Steelers offense did much at all, and we had no pass rushers, and our third string pass rusher, who is our number 1 at the moment, out after the second play of the game. So we were thin, and they really didn't do anything offensively. That offense is a problem in Pittsburgh outside of the field's designed runs. It's really the only thing they ever did the entire game that got positive yardage. I'm not going to lie. Other than the Steelers pass rush, that's a pretty piss poor team. I know they played bad, so I will give it that a little bit, but that is not a good football team.
I agree, actually. I mean, I saw a video. So in the Chiefs-Saints game on Monday night, there was a big man interception, and he ran it back for 50 yards or whatever out of the end zone, and people were saying it looks like he's running faster than Najee Harris. So, yeah. I mean, the downfall of Najee Harris, you see that a lot these days, though. Like, running backs are good for 1, maybe 2 years, and then they kind of fall off because it's just such a brutal position now. They get the ball so many times, especially with shitty quarterbacks like Pittsburgh has had for 5 or 6 years. So
I don't have a whole lot else. Cowboys won on a last second play. They shouldn't even have got to that. Should have just ran it in from the 1. They ran the ball well all night. Fullback fumbles, brings them back to the 5. Weird night for football. So let's go in to pick our games this week. I have Roy's picks, so I will read those out loud as well. Let me get it situated. There we go. So this week, Thursday Night Football, 49ers go to the Seahawks. I'll go first on this one. 49ers are banged up. I'm going to take Seattle with this, and Roy is in agreement with me. He is also taking Seattle.
Wow, I thought I'd be the only one to take Seattle, but I mean, they're banged up and just got one of the worst losses I've seen this season to the Cardinals, and Seattle's playing great football still.
That also makes me nervous that you take a loss like that, they might come out and beat Seattle by about 40. Seattle did just lose the Giants, let's be real.
That is true.
But I think my gut is taking me there. Next game of the week, Jacksonville goes to London to face the Jags. Kind of a home game for the Jags. They play in London every year. London.
You said it's Jacksonville versus the Bears. You just said Jacksonville goes to London to play the Jags.
Oh, well, they can play themselves too.
Yeah.
Jags go to London to play the Bears. I'll let Brice go first on this one.
I hate the country's games. I'm just going to put that out there. I think it's stupid. It's not good for players. It's not good for fans. I'm still going to take my Bears. I think this Jags team is not very good this year. I mean, they just seem like they can't figure it out.
Yeah. Roy is going with Jacksonville. I'm going to be honest. This game's in Jacksonville or Chicago, I'm taking the Bears. The Jaguars play in London every year. Those players are used to it that have been there. That system is used to being there. I'm going to take the Jaguars in a close one.
Jaquan Brisker is also not playing this game. He didn't
Yeah.
fly to London with the team.
So, Bucks go to New Orleans to face the Saints. I'll go first on this one. I think this one's close. Give me the Bucks to rebound, though.
I'm also going to take the Bucks.
And Roy is in agreement. He is also going to take the Bucks. Commanders go to the Ravens. I'll let Roy go first on this one. I had to look down the list as we're not in the same order. He's got the Ravens in this one. Brice?
I'm going to take the Ravens as well. They've been playing great football.
I'm also in agreement. The Ravens are just too good. I think they're going to run the ball down their throats.
Mm-hmm.
I will also take the Ravens.
Their defense is – I want to say their run game hasn't been this bad this year, but I'm pretty sure their secondary is rated last in the NFL.
I believe that. Cardinals go to Lambeau to play the Packers. Roy is taking the Packers. I think this one can be close. Cardinals are weird. They get blown out by the Commanders at home. Then they, go into San Fran and win. That's confusing. My gut tells me Packers at home. I'll take the Packers.
I will never pick the Packers, I don't think. But I do agree the Cardinals either win some crazy game or get smashed. And Jordan Love seems to throw 10 interceptions every game, and they either win or barely lose. So it could be a good score-wise game, but it's probably going to be a shitty one to watch.
I didn't hear who you took.
The Cardinals.
Oh, I heard you say that. I didn't hear who you picked. The AFC South game, Colts go to Titans. I think this is an ugly one. I am going to take the Titans coming off a bye week to beat the Colts. I do think the Colts are better. Give me them on the bye week. Roy is taking Indianapolis. He will be taking the Colts. Brice?
I'm also going to take Indiana. That team with Joe Flacco is 100 times better than with Anthony Richardson.
He just doesn't turn it over.
Yeah, that's all you need.
I'm not going to lie, though. I like watching the 97-yard touchdown pass. More fun. Texans go to New England. I'm going to be quick. Texans take this one. Roy's in agreement as well.
This will be Drake May's first NFL debut as well, so there might be 12 interceptions.
I am interested to get a sneak peek of that, though, to watch it a little bit.
I am too, yeah.
Browns go to Eagles. Browns are an absolute mess. Give me the Eagles.
So this is something I meant to put on the script to talk about. I completely forgot. I read today. I'm going to take the Eagles. I'm going to say that right now. I read today that the Browns might be looking for a way out next year by offering a team with a lot of cap space, Deshaun Watson, and their first-round pick for nothing. So literally just to get the contract off the boards, and then that team will cut him. So I wanted to ask you, if you're the Panthers and you fucking suck as bad as the Panthers do, and you have all this cap space, do you take that deal, take Deshaun Watson and his cap, cut him or keep him, whatever you want to do, and take the Browns' first-round pick?
If you have decided the Bryce Young era is over,
it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be them. It could be any team in the league.
Okay, I'll use the Panthers as an example. If you are ready, I'll use any team in this matter. Panthers also fall in this. If you're ready to start from square one and trade everything, Panthers as in they're done with the Bryce Young, they're resetting everything. Yes. If you're the Panthers or anyone else and you're like, we're on our way up, we're not trying to go backwards. No.
Yeah, if I'm the Panthers, I'm doing this in a heartbeat. Like, it's not even a question.
To me, then you have to tell Bryce Young, you're not the guy. Because if you're taking on that money, you can't build around him. Does that make sense?
So I think they've already done that. I mean, what's the point of benching him? If they wanted him to keep getting better, they keep practice.
Playing him. I also could think they're a little bit of tanking as well.
Yeah.
Keep practicing, keep getting better without screwing your stats or getting hurt maybe, and tanking at the same time.
I thought he was a terrible draft pick. He's undersized and doesn't have the arm. The guy can't barely see over the line whenever he's throwing. I understand he's been on the worst team in the league for 2 years, but there was people saying that they wanted him over Justin Fields, and I just always will remember that. It's a fucking – if anybody said that, you're retarded. I think Josh said that at one point.
I have no clue. I mean, Justin Fields is getting ready to be benched for Russell Wilson here in a few weeks, so –
He's played great besides one game, and you're –
Chargers go to Denver. I need to find Oh, I should have known that. Roy is going with the Chargers. I'm in disagreement. Broncos are starting to play a little bit well, and I'll tell you what. I said it last week. Pat Surtain's best corner in football.
No, he's
Proved
not.
it again this week.
Did not prove it.
I'll take the Broncos.
Jalen Johnson's still the best corner in football. It's not even close. He's rated number one in every stat for the past three seasons.
I promise you,
now.
I can pull it up. He's not number one in every stat. It's impossible.
For the whole season, he's been number one in coverage.
All right.
And I'm going to take the Chargers. I don't understand how the Broncos are winning. I think they're a terrible team, and they still keep
their defense has played well.
Yeah.
Steelers go to Raiders. This is just awful. Aiden O'Connell's playing quarterback. There is no chance I choose a team that has Aiden O'Connell playing quarterback. I watched him play at Purdue. I'll take the Steelers even though they're terrible.
I'm also going to take the Steelers. Just Fields might have 3 rushing touchdowns.
And Roy is also in agreement. He is taking the Steelers. Falcons go to Panthers. I'll make it quick. I'm taking the Falcons. Kirk O'Chains, baby.
Yeah.
Tyler Algier probably gets 30 carries and 2 touchdowns in this one as well.
Probably.
Roy is also taking the Falcons. Lions go to Cowboys. I knew Roy's pick. He goes with the Lions. Brice, what do you got?
I'm going to have to take the Lions. This is going to be the first time I've picked them. The Cowboys don't seem to be clicking on offense right now, and I think they have to be clicking on offense. They're going to run the ball down their throat, so they're going to have to score a lot.
Yeah, I don't care if the Cowboys put up 45 points in the first half. Our defense is decimated. We are going to lose a few here in a row. We are just too banged up. I don't care if we were playing someone shitty. We're probably going to lose this week. So give me the Lions as well. We're hurting right now. Bengals go to the Giants for Sunday Night Football. I'll let Roy go first. Roy has the Bengals, and I'm in agreement. I'm going to take the Bengals.
Yeah, you got to think the Bengals finally
probably find a way to lose it, though.
They probably will.
And then Monday Night Football, the Bills, and we did not talk about this all.
I will go first on this.
What?
I will go first on this.
Okay, Bills and Jets, go.
I have said it since the beginning of the season. That team is fucking terrible. Aaron Rodgers is not a good enough player anymore to come in and flip them around from what they were last year. They just fired their coach today. I do not think that guy is a bad coach. I think that their number one wide receiver is a fucking crybaby, and they have a guy that's on Percocet every game playing quarterback who's 800 years old. So blame the coach is a little crazy if you ask me.
Fair. I was going to say that the Jets did fire their head coach today, Robert Saleh. Roy is in agreement with you taking the Bills, and I am disagreeing. I am going with the Jets after the firing. It usually fires teams up. Last year, the Raiders won like 3 games, and I think the Raiders have the worst coach in football completely right now.
Is that the
and then one? The teams on your buys this week: the Chiefs, the Rams, the Dolphins, and the Vikings.
It's about fucking time I have to watch the Chiefs, man.
Vikings are the only team undefeated left. Are you still shocked by that?
Let me rephrase. If you would ask me at the beginning of the season that, yes, but now it really doesn't shock me. I thought they would finish bottom of this division because of how good the division is. By the way, the NFC North is the only division that everybody's over 500. That defense is just so solid that it is just impossible for them to score. If they just have decent offense, they're going to win. Just how it is.
Yes, last game was the first game Sam Darnold actually struggled a little, like didn't play perfect. So, and they get out of there with a win in London. I think that's going to do it for our picks. Take us into college football, Brice.
All right. Typically, I've got probably the least amount of college football knowledge on this podcast, but I am going to go over what Roy would typically go over. We have a new top 12. At number 1, we have Texas jumping up 1 spot. Ohio State coming up another spot to 2. Oregon and Penn State at 3 and 4, both coming up 3 spots. Georgia staying at 5. Miami coming up 2. Crazy. I mean, they are very overrated if you ask me. Alabama dropping from 1 to 7. We will get into that more. Tennessee dropping from 4 to 8. Also, we'll get into that more. Ole Miss coming up 3 spots to 9. Clemson up 5 spots. And Iowa State up 5 spots to 10 and 11. And Notre Dame at 12 with 3 spots coming up.
All right. I think the first game we need to talk about, Brice, let's jump right into it. Bama, Vanderbilt. Okay, number one team in the country.
Yes.
Do you have anything to say first?
I just want to say that it is awesome that Vanderbilt got their first win ever against a top 5 AP ranked opponent. The fans did exactly what they should have, tore down that fucking field goal post, ran it all the way down Broadway and threw it in the damn river. I did see that it's not in the river anymore, but they did set up a GoFundMe. That way they could pay for all the fines for throwing it in the river. So shout out to them. Well, they're out auctioning off pieces of the field goal post to help pay for it as well.
That's crazy. I did not
Yeah.
know that. I believe it. It makes sense. Yeah, I mean Georgia. I'm looking at last week's Bama, Vanderbilt. Hats off to Vanderbilt. They lost to one of the. I bet on Vanderbilt like week 3. I think they started 2-0. Could be wrong. And I said, "Oh wow, Vanderbilt's actually not playing so bad." I bet on them like against an FCS school. They lost. Couldn't believe it. Back to this game. Hats off to them. I mean, you beat the number one team in the country. Party like it's 69 out there, man. Congrats. For Bama, this is a bad loss. Bama was going to lose one, maybe 2 games in this season, and it's understandable that schedule is loaded. This one can really, really hurt you. And I'm not saying right now, but later. You know, you come down to crunch time with another SEC team, and you look at the wins and losses, and someone's worst loss is Ole Miss or Alabama or Tennessee, and yours looks at Vanderbilt. That can hurt you. So they're going to have to play better from here on, but especially after beating Georgia the week before.
Yeah, we actually watched all 3 of the games that we're going to talk about at Buffalo Wild Wings this weekend while also watching the Yankees playoff game, which we'll also talk about. I'm sure to me, I was pumped when they lost. I was like, man, Tennessee's going to jump from the 4 to probably the 2 behind Texas this week. And that leads us into the next game where Tennessee goes into Arkansas and just loses one of the worst games I've seen from Tennessee in a while. I mean, we had absolutely no offense. We scored 14 points in the third quarter, and that was all of our points for the entire game. It was 0-3 at halftime. Arkansas was up 3. To me, it looked like Tennessee came in and played scared. Like they were scared of running the ball versus Arkansas. They were scared of throwing the ball. They were just doing all these little screen passes and horrible play. I mean, it was just horrible play after horrible play. And they come out in the third quarter, fired up, score 14 right away, back-to-back drives. I'm like, all right, they're back. Fourth quarter comes around, they're playing scared again, trying to hold their lead. And that's what happens whenever you play an SEC school. You're there, everybody's pumped up to beat you. Like, it's a hard atmosphere to play in already. And then you, like, are playing scared and let a team that's worse than you just do whatever they want and win. It's just terrible coaching.
Yeah, offensively, the game plan was just not right. I thought Tennessee made the adjustment right at halftime, score 14 points, just totally get away from the game plan that was working. I just don't get it. Not trying to be that guy, but Tennessee does this a lot. They play well and they lose. I mean, Arkansas is not a good SEC school. They're just not like Vanderbilt. They're better than Vanderbilt, but still, same idea. You just can't go in there and score 0 points at half. You just can't do it. Too good offensively, too good of recruits. You got to find a way to get in the end zone. It's just how it has to be. And you have to draw up something for your best players.
This is a 19-14 game. If Arkansas is slightly better, this is a 50-14 game. I mean, there was like 3 or 4 in the first half where they didn't convert on a 4th and 1. They several times were in the red zone, didn't convert. Didn't even missed the field goal. I mean, there was so many points left on the table for Arkansas. Tennessee should have gotten it blown out. They're lucky they even had a chance to be in the game, let alone lose by 5. I mean, it's just unbelievable how bad they played this game.
I agree.
Well, takes us to our last college football game that we're going to talk about is the Michigan-Washington game. Roy's favorite team, Michigan. To me, I know Roy's not here to defend it. I've said it all year. They are not a top 10 school in this year at all. I mean, I thought they were complete frauds all year long. I don't think they've won a game that mattered yet.
USC.
Yeah. Okay. Roy's defense is their losses against Texas, who's number 1. They got smashed by Texas. They got smashed by Washington. This is just like the Tennessee game. It didn't look like a close game at all, even though they only lost by 10 points. I thought Washington was head and shoulders a better team.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we talked about it before the season. I know Roy. I'm just so glad I don't have to listen to Roy talk about this tonight.
So am I. I'm actually kind of glad he's not on this episode.
When it comes down to Michigan, we knew this offense was going to struggle if they don't run the ball. That's just the quarterback, the receivers. It's just a lot of new. Defensively, however, they were supposed to be a stout defense.
Yeah.
Washington, and especially in coverage, Will Johnson, I know this. He is the best corner in college football. He lost them the game. He got the pass interference in the end zone or the 4th down or whatever it was, the situation.
Yeah.
They gave Washington the win. You cannot let Washington, of all teams, just pick apart your defense. They played 10 yards. Roy was saying this when we were watching the game. They're playing 10 yards off every play, 8 yards turnaround, catch, tackle, run the ball, first down, rinse and repeat. You've got to make an adjustment, and Wink Martindale is just sending the house and playing 8 yards off. You have got to switch it up, give someone a different look. Bad loss for Michigan. Now they've lost 2. Yes, one is the Texas. You have Ohio State. That could be 3. I think it's 3. I know you think it's 3. Roy thinks they win. You can't lose more than 3. We know that.
Yeah.
So, it's got to be perfect until Ohio State. And if it's not, then you are desperate.
To me, Michigan's already out of the playoffs.
Yeah, I know they're not good enough to get in anyway, but still.
Yeah, I agree. We'd have to, if we said that with Roy here, we'd have to sit here and listen to him say they're the best school in the country.
I know.
Hey. Well, that's all I've got for college football. I know normally Roy talks about matchups, but I'm not quite as well versed in it as he is. Yeah. So I think that takes us to baseball now.
Yep. Let's go into MLB playoffs. I'm just going to move this around. Here we go. All right. I want it over on here. So we have MLB playoffs. The first round is over. I don't think it was over when we talked last. No, it wasn't.
No, it was only the first game.
Yeah, that's right. Detroit sweeps Houston 2-0. Goes to face Cleveland. Kansas City sweeps Baltimore. 2-0. Goes to face the Yankees. Or San Diego sweeps Atlanta 2-0. Goes to face the Dodgers. The only wild card game that went to Game 3, Mets Brewers. Mets win Game 1. Brewers win Game 2. Mets win a stunner with a Pete Alonso home run in the top of the 9th inning, yes. Off Devin Williams, the closer. Mets survive and keep staying hot, and they go to Philly, win 2-1 in the series.
Where they're now, up 2-1 right now.
What?
Where the Mets are up 2-1 right now after a blowout, 2 blowout wins.
So now every division series is tied 1-1. Yankees, Royals, Guardians, Tigers. But on the National League side, today for us recording is Game 2. You guys will already have seen it. The Mets have won in Philly to take a 2-1 lead. They're 1 win away from the NLCS. And the Padres are currently beating the Dodgers at home 6-5 in the top of the 7th as we record. That could go any way. So one of those teams will be taking a 2-1 lead. And then the American League will play tomorrow and Thursday. Brice, the first round was really just a blow through. So let's talk about this round. What are your thoughts so far in these series?
Oh man, I've been talking about the Yankees every day at work with some coworkers. I'll start with them. They have too many players playing bad right now, if you ask me. I think they have a great shot. I think they're easily the best team on their side. I don't think it's close, roster-wise. They do not play like it. That Volpe does not look good at all, if you ask me. Glaber, your favorite player, has been stepping up, which is insane. Judge hasn't played great. Soto has played decent ball. Verdugo's played decent ball. Your pitching's kind of slacked as well. It's not good. I know you're more worried about it than I am because you're actually a fan. So I'll let you talk about them some more if you want
Yeah,
to.
I'm gonna. We can talk about it. It's 1-1. I actually thought the Yankees were gonna win Game 1, and they did. They didn't win it at all how I thought they would, but they still did win. And I actually thought the Yankees would lose Game 2, which they did, but not by how it happened. Again, once I thought Cole Reagans would shut us out, and Cole Reagans got 4 innings, was at 90 pitches. They pulled him. Could not find the strike zone. Yankee could not get the big hit. Their bullpen comes in, who actually got hit up in Game 1, lights out, didn't give up a run Game 2. They win. So in theory, I'm okay with it. I think the Yankees are in jeopardy of losing Game 3, but I think it's a lot closer. Game 4 is just like Game 1. It's Cole and Waka. I like our chances in 4. Problem is, I don't like our chances in 5. So I think the Yankees need to win 3 so they can win Game 4 and move on. The number one problem with the Yankees in this series, this series is going to be decided on one thing probably. The Yankees walk, strike out, and hit home runs. That's what they do. It's just plain and simple. The Royals don't strike out for the most part, don't hit home runs, hit singles and doubles, and steal bases.
Yep.
Are the Yankees going to get the big hit or the big home run with the runners on or not? If they do, they win games. If they don't win.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. The Yankees have seen in 2 games 10 innings worth out of 18 of bullpen. That I like the Yankees' chances because they've seen every bullpen arm.
Yeah.
So the Yankees and Royals one is whatever that. Guardians and Tigers, I think the Guardians are going to walk away with a win. Tyreek Skubal is unhittable, but he can't pitch until Game 5 now. He pitched Game 2, and that's why they won. How about you? What do you think of that series?
Yeah, I agree. I think, Detroit got super hot, ended up coming up, and it seems like they've kind of mellowed out just a little bit. They have a lot of young talent on that team, and it seems like, a lot of them haven't been in the playoffs before, and it seems like that hot streak that they had to get in swept the Astros. It's kind of died down now.
Yeah.
I think Guardians are good enough that they should be able to handle them pretty well throughout the rest of the series.
Guardians have such good pitching, and Detroit their offense is slowed down. If Cleveland scores runs, they will win, but they couldn't score a run in Game 2, and that's why they lost. Over on the National League side, Phillies and Mets has been an entertaining game. Those have been the highest scoring for the most part, those guys.
Yeah.
Mets are hot, man. Mets are hot. I know you like the Phillies, and so do I. We're both big Philly believers. What do you think of this series now? It's 2-1 Mets, and they're in New York for the next game still. If they lose, then they'll go to Game 5 in Philly. What do you think about the Mets or the Phillies?
This matchup right here scares me a lot because of 2 reasons. One, I have money on the Phillies to win the World Series. I think they are the best team in the league. I wholeheartedly agree with that. The Mets are the hottest team in the league, and we all know that once you make it in the playoffs, that's all that matters, who's the hottest. The other thing that worries me a lot is that I'm going to go viral for saying that they should have sold at the deadline if they ended up winning the World Series. So it's like a give or take. People are going to think I don't know ball, but if they don't win the World Series, I still think they should have sold. I'm just going to say that. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Mets are just hot. They're just hot. They're playing good baseball, and their players are hitting very clutch home runs. They just are.
Frankie Lindor has been playing.
And Pete Alonso's hitting the ball at the ballpark at a good rate right now. And they're pitching. That's what's carrying in them right now is the Mets pitching. They have Luis Severino and Sean Manaea. That is their 1 and 2. And they probably got like a 1.9 ERA in the last month combined. I'm going to tell you what, I don't know. The pitching matchup for tomorrow, Mets-Phillies, Ranger Suarez for the Phillies, Jose Quintana for the Mets. I don't love the Phillies' chances to win in New York, but it's a division game, so they've seen those teams, a lot. They play each other a lot. I think if the Phillies can survive tomorrow, you bring it back home to Philly for game 5. I think Philly would take that chance over anyone. I think whoever wins tomorrow wins it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And then down on the West Coast, we got the San Diego Padres and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Currently, right now, San Diego leads 6-5 after the middle of the seventh. So the Dodgers got 6 outs left to get a run. Brice, I'll let you talk about this series a little bit. What do you got?
To me, obviously the Dodgers are probably the best team we've ever seen on paper, or up there for it at least. They've spent $1 billion on it. The way San Diego wins this, I think, is they literally intentionally walk Shohei Ohtani every single at bat. He is the best player we have ever watched, and every single time that they give him things to hit, he hits it out of the ballpark. I mean, the guy is he doesn't even look distracted at all. It might have something to do with, he probably doesn't understand a lot of what hecklers are saying, why he's up to bat, because he doesn't speak English as well. It's kind of a cheat code, if you ask me. The guy is completely calm every single at bat, and if there's a strike coming at him, he's hitting it. So
yeah.
I understand there's great players on that team, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Teoscar Hernandez. You got to pitch to those guys. You have to make them beat you. You cannot let Shohei Ohtani beat you.
So what do you think happens in this series? I know we don't know the results of tonight, but
I want to say Dodgers win. They are just too good for me to think they don't.
So not in our pick. Obviously, I picked the Yankees to win in our bet.
Yeah.
But on the podcast, I said I think the Padres are going to win the World Series. I truly believe the Padres are going to win tonight. Tomorrow, the pitching matchup is it's not out there. Did he pitch tonight? Did I have it backwards? I thought Clark Schmidt, or I thought King. Oh, he was going tonight. Oh, he got lit up. Never mind. I don't know the pitching matchup for tomorrow. I'm sorry. That last year they're just like the Dodgers. Last year when we looked on paper to the Padres, that was the most stacked team I'd seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. For whatever reason, vibes were off. They played like shit. I think they missed the playoffs, or they lost first round.
They missed the playoffs.
Missed playoffs. This year, for some reason, it has all clicked, especially late. And they do not like the Dodgers. This is a rivalry game. They do not like each other. Manny Machado is about to get in fist fights in the middle of the field.
Yeah, it's
with
crazy.
The whole Dodgers team.
Played for the fucking Dodgers.
I know. I really do think San Diego wins this. I think it's going to be San Diego and New York, just two hot teams. But we'll see. But I am choosing San Diego to win this one. And that's really all we got right now.
Yeah.
I don't think the next series starts until like Saturday or Sunday. So I think we can talk about the next round next week because it'll have only just started. And those are best of 7. So those take a little bit longer. I don't think I have anything else for baseball. I will say this, though. These playoffs have been good. Everything has been close other than that first round. The wild card kind of got swept through. This round has been entertaining at every single facet of all corners. So that's been sweet. I guess that'll just take us to our miscellaneous. And Brice, I had a game for you and Roy. It was a Connect 4 with baseball players and stuff. So I can't do it because Roy's not here and I know the answer, so that's not fair. But I am going to quiz you on some things and see what you know. That's all I'm going to do.
I can't wait.
It's going to be fun. So if you can open the script, Brice.
Yeah, I have it open.
Okay. So can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those that are watching, I'll just have to pull it up on here because there's no way that I can do it the other way. All right. So this, Brice, I will give you, obviously you can tell what the top is. The bottom, obvious, MVP, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, Gold Glove, Silver Slugger. Okay?
All right.
Let me pull up Baseball Reference so I can give you the answers. Okay.
Am I expected to do all of these?
No. So I'm going to randomly pick a few, okay? And I want to see if you can give me one. Gotcha?
All right.
So let's go down. Let's start it easy. I'll give you an easy one. Dodgers MVP. You got one?
Cody Bellinger.
That would be correct.
He could fit Rookie of the Year as well.
I'm just going to put an X. You got it right.
All right.
Let's go another easy one. Mets Cy Young Award winner.
Mets Cy Young Award winner.
You got one?
I don't think he won a Cy Young for the Mets. Gosh, I haven't watched baseball in so long. My baseball knowledge just disappears when baseball's not on. In my head, I keep thinking Justin Verlander, so I'm just gonna go with that.
For this, it's gonna have to be a Met that won, not someone who played for the Mets and won. So that's not gonna count. You got nothing else?
Tom Seaver.
I believe that is correct, but I will check. Oh, whoa, what the? Oh, Tom Seaver. Whoa, yes, multiple, 3 times Cy Young. That is correct.
You didn't think I was going to get Tom Seaver, did you?
No, I thought you would just choose Jacob deGrom like a normal human being, but that's okay.
I always think of him as a Ranger. I
mean,
don't
that's
know.
Crazy. He's played like 18 games there in his entire career.
I know.
All right. Let's go up top. Yankees and a Gold Glove winner.
Yankees Gold Glove winner? Let me see if I can get one that's like – I feel like I could get a few. Did Harrison Bader win a Gold Glove with you guys?
I do not think he did, but I know he has Gold Glove, so I will verify that. Yes, he did not win a Gold Glove in New York, but he does have one, so I will count that, even though it's not with New York. Another easy one would have been Anthony Volpe last season.
I know. I told you I wanted to go a little bit harder.
I know. I knew you knew that one. That's why I'm okay with giving it to you. So we'll do an X here. All right, let's go out to the other side. Let's go Rookie of the Year for the Phillies.
Alec Boehm's a rookie this year, isn't he?
He is not a rookie this year, no.
Did he win one last year?
No, he has never won Rookie of the Year. You do know one of them. There's 4 all-time. You do know one of them.
Is one of them a Cub? Is that what you're saying that?
No, but you do know one of them.
Well, Bryce Harper didn't win it as a Philly.
Correct. I'm not going to count that. Because I know you know one. You might not know that he won Rookie of the Year, but you know him as a Philly.
Trey Turner? Well, he wouldn't have won it as a Philly either.
Nope. Old. Not crazy old, but old. 2000 and mid 2000s player.
Is it a pitcher?
Nope, it's a hitter. Got nothing?
I can't even think of an old player on that team.
Okay, you give up?
Bryson Scott.
Bryson Scott is not a mid 2000s player.
I know. I don't know who it is.
I'll give you the 4, but the last one is the one that I thought you could have got. Jack Sanford in 1957, Richie Allen 1964, Scott Rowland, Cardinal in my eyes, didn't know he won one with the Phillies, 1997, and the one I thought maybe you could get, Ryan Howard, 2005.
Oh yeah, The Office.
But, yeah, I almost referenced that, but I knew
I was thinking of a current player. I could not think of. I was thinking of their current team.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go Yankees and MVP.
We'll just do Judge because I'm not going to say fucking the most overhyped player I've ever seen.
Okay, I'll give you that. Let's see. We haven't done a Royal. Let's do a Royal and a Silver Slugger. So basically a Silver Slugger, really good hitting season.
Yeah, I know what that position is.
Okay.
Salvador Perez.
I'm going to check, but I'm going to say that is correct. That would be correct. A lot of them. Good job. Okay, I'll give you 2 more. 2 more. Nope, 4 more. I lied. I got to do one of every team. Guardians, Cy Young Award winner. Also Indians.
Man, I don't even know if I could tell you. That team might be the one I watched the least amount. The moment they changed their name, I disbanded them. I stopped watching them
All
completely.
right, I'll move it along quickly. The one that I would have named, Corey Kluber.
Wow.
Really good in
He was a
Cleveland.
Dodger, wasn't he?
I don't know if he ever made his way to the Dodgers. He was a Ray and he was a Yankee.
Was a Ray, yeah.
And he was a Ranger.
Yeah.
I don't think he was ever a Dodger, though. Let's go Phillies. Oh, I already did Phillies, so we only have two more. I lied. Padres. Let's go Silver Slugger for the Padres.
I'm thinking of a few names. God, I think Manny Machado has one.
Oh, 100%. I'll make sure, but there's no way he doesn't have a Silver Slugger in his career there. Silver Slugger, yeah. Wow, only one. Only one in there.
I feel like it's close.
He only has one.
Wow.
But that does make sense. He was in the National League. He had Nolan Arenado for a long time battling him at third. And last but not least, the Tigers. Let's go Tigers and MVP.
Tigers MVP. Oh, Miguel Cabrera.
That is a silver or a triple crown for Miguel Cabrera in the year 2016.
I was trying to think of any good Tigers players.
Verlander also won one while he was there. Had a dominant season. All right, that's going to do it for me.
All right, so mine, I did want this to be with you and Roy, but I think I could just do it back-to-back weeks, honestly, and just do just Roy next week. I actually wanted to do this last season when we were recording because these clips keep going viral of people talking about Terry McLaurin. All right. Yeah. I'm going to say a statement, and I want you to stop me when you agree with me, okay? Terry McLaurin is a top 5 wide receiver.
Wait, hold on. I stop you when I agree?
Yes.
We talking right now or career?
Right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Terry McLaurin's a top 10 receiver. Terry McLaurin's a top 15 receiver. Terry McLaurin's a top 20 receiver. Terry McLaurin's a top 25 receiver.
Yes.
All right. I would probably agree with you.
It's close at the 20. Without looking at a list, it's close.
Don't worry. I've got the list.
Okay, go ahead.
We're going to go through it to try and see if we can get it. Because this motherfucker I see on TikTok all the time thinks this guy's a top 10 most underrated player ever in the world.
He is a good receiver. I'm giving him
I'm not going to say that either.
But
he's a good receiver. He is not. Maybe top 25. I think
20 to me was the close number. He's definitely 25 to me.
All right, let's start.
Okay.
You count on your fingers for me, all right?
And we're talking right now, not career.
Right now.
Okay, go ahead.
CeeDee Lamb.
You think?
Justin Jefferson. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jamar Chase. Tyreek Hill. I'm going to count hurt players as well. A.J. Brown.
Oh, yeah. You can count them. They're still good. There's
Nico Collins.
Now. Yes. Now I would say yes.
Here's a question one. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Not yet. I have to see a little bit more.
That's fair. I would probably say right now he's a better player.
Yeah, he hasn't had enough.
We only have 5 games. Yes.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf.
Yes.
Stephon Diggs.
I still say yes, but I do think he's dropped off.
Deebo Samuel.
Yes.
Mike Evans.
Yes.
Garrett Wilson.
Yes.
Malik Neighbors.
I am fine to say yes to him. Again, I still need to see more, though.
I agree. Chris Olave.
Who? I say yes, even though his situation sucks.
Devontae Adams.
Yes.
Drake London.
Yes.
Brandon Ayuk. Bigger.
I say yes, even though I think he's a little overrated, but I still say yes.
We're getting into number 2s now, just to point that out.
We're at 17 right now.
Yeah, but these are number 2 wide receivers. We've named
Okay.
2 number 2 wide receivers already. Chris Godwin,
Yes.
DJ Moore.
Yes.
I was hoping you'd say that. Devontae Smith.
Yes. That was the number 2 that I was been waiting for you to say. We're at 20.
Cooper Kupp.
Yes, I still say yes. I think the offense has a lot to do with it, though, but yes.
Michael Pittman Jr.
That's the first one that's close.
Okay. Which one
In
do you
my
think it
opinion,
goes?
no.
Terry McLaurin's not better than Michael Pittman Jr.
To me, he is. I think
Okay.
McLaurin might be better.
All right, how many are we at?
That we're at 21, not counting Pittman.
Okay, Zay Flowers.
I also will not say yes to that yet. Now,
I
again,
would
these are
probably
close.
say yes to that one.
But
Puka Nacua.
yes.
Jaden Reed.
No, not yet.
I agree. George Pickens.
Not yet, no.
I'd say George Pickens with a better head on his shoulders is miles ahead.
That could be true.
T. Higgins.
The problem is I think T. Higgins might be a better player, but we've never seen him be the one.
That's fair.
So
Deontay
it's hard for me
Johnson.
to say yes. Who?
Deontay Johnson.
No.
Okay. Xavier Worthy.
No.
Amari Cooper.
Totally different player.
Yeah.
I would say yes. Oh, I don't know age. Well, I would go yes. But that one's very close.
Now, or 22 or 23?
That's 23 right there.
Jalen Waddle.
Fuck. Again, never had to been the number 1.
I still think as a number 2, he's better, even though this season he hasn't had a quarterback to throw to him.
I'm going to say no because he is only that good because of his speed. He's really not been a good route runner yet.
Okay. Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Not yet, but later in this year, yes.
Rashid Shaheed.
Oh, I say no right now, but it's getting close. I thought you were going to say a different name.
Who was that?
Rashid Rice.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Yes.
So that would be 24.
Jamison Williams.
Not yet, but finally having a good year.
Calvin Ridley.
No, I don't think he's very good right now.
I don't think so either. Tank Dell. There's a number 3 wide receiver.
They don't use him right now. No.
Okay. Brian Thomas Jr.
Not yet.
I think yes.
He's been very good, but I have never watched him yet, so I can't say it.
Christian Kirk. I know you're a fan of Kirk.
I am a fan of Kirk, but no.
Jordan Addison.
Player, no.
Keenan Allen.
If you had asked me before the season, I would have said yes. Now, no.
All right. Cortland Sutton.
No. Again, before the season, yes. Now, no.
Juwan Jennings.
No. Not even close.
Lad McConkey.
I mean, no. There was a name that I said to myself that I thought you hadn't said.
Darnell Mooney.
Not right now, but he's playing better.
I would say yes on that one. I'm going to skip right over.
I can't take those drops. I just can't.
Khalil Shakir.
No.
Jacoby Myers.
What name? Who? Jacoby Myers? No.
D-Hop. I think that one's head and shoulders above of him.
No.
He's been out. Tyler Lockett.
That's the name. Yes. That's the name I couldn't. When you said Smith and Jigba, I said to myself, but Lockett is. You know, Lockett hasn't been tackled in 4 years.
I know. I'm just kind of scrolling through now to see if there's another one. Christian Watson.
No.
Do you think Quentin Johnson's better than him right now?
No. The only thing is we're not counting tight ends.
Yeah, if you count tight ends, it's starting to become a big deal.
That's a totally different position, so I guess you can't count it. So
I'm not even gonna name any more off. I'm starting to see people I don't even think will be close.
So to me, we've hit it on the. I hit it on the nose in my opinion. About 25.
To me, he's probably 28, 29. I thought
because there was a few names you disagreed.
And also at the end of the season, if some of these rookies keep playing the way they are, it's 30 plus. Or close.
I don't know if Worthy will have enough. I mean, now that Rice
Neighbors,
might.
Harrison Jr.
Ryan Thomas has the best chance, in my opinion, because we put Neighbors over him, even though we still need to see more. Thomas could definitely get over him. I also think, what's his face? Jameson Williams could, but they don't need him as much because they only use him for like end arounds and deep shots. Like, that's all they need him right now. But
listen, I'm not hating on Terry McLaurin. I always talk up the Commanders because I like some of their players. I was just so sick of seeing this TikTok of this guy saying how underrated he is and how he's a top 10 receiver. He's not. And the one that pissed me off today is he was saying he was way better than DJ Moore. And I was like, come on, dude. You're talking about the guy with the most yak yards in the league. Like, it's not the same.
Yeah. All right. But I don't have anything else, you?
No, I don't.
All right. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment. Getting close to going to U of I for a little Michigan football game against Illinois. Getting close.
Live streaming it.
We will be live streaming. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.
Gotta find my way to you, even though you're next to